Welcome back to the family of the Midweek Drive when it was based in broom cupboards in South London. A true legend, a person who is actually, in fact, she was one of the first people I ever interviewed in many ways. Well, actually, did I interview her? No. In fact, technically, I offered her a tune at the Christmas edition of the Top of the Pops back in 1981. Yes, I remember it well. We are speaking, of course, of which wonderful legendary soul, Natasha? Rosemary.
I'm going to say Rosemary Langhorn.
Rosemary Langhorn! Yes. How are you, Rosie?
I'm very well, thank you.
Yes. And the excitement that's been generated through that World Wide Web has been quite phenomenal. I was amazed at this. I thought I'd do a little bit of a search scenario on this particular setup. So I typed in Legs & Co. I thought, well, let's go with that. And I got Legs & Co. sue. I thought, are they taking some legal actions out here? No, actually referring to Sue Menhennick, who indeed was my first ever interviewee, just ahead of Little and Large. But there we are. I won't go into that. And I saw all sorts of scenarios coming through, including the fact that Rosie from Legs & Co. is actually on the radio today. And you are, Rosie.
I'm here.
Yes, exactly. And Colm O'Rourke, for instance, actually sent me an email. You like this, Rosie? It's the fans, and we know we actually keep the fans happy. This was one of the fine students on a programme I was teaching on Saturday, in fact, at the University of Lincoln. And Colm actually went, "Hi there." He's Irish, but I won't attempt to do an Irish accent because it'd come out wrong, you know. It would, Rosie. You know my Irish accents, and you know. Sure enough, I'm not going to go there at all. No, not at all. Where's my Lucky Charms? And it would just not work in any sense of the word. Anyway, Colm. Hi there. I'm one of the students on the Grassroots Community Radio course at Siren FM, where Alex gave a talk on Saturday. I like to think it was more of a kind of experience rather than a talk. I sent you the web link, Ed.
I listened to it. I heard my name on it.
Yeah, yes, exactly. You might have heard Rosie's name as well. I was looking ahead. Yeah. It was kind of like the magazine programme, how the magazine show can be developed and sorted through. That was the routine. Anyway, Colm continues in his original letter, which he sent to Southside Broadcasting, which is good because that, of course, is our sister service. It's what the Midweek Drive packages all appear on in all sorts of ways. And Colm said, "I'd like to get in touch regarding an item which is due to feature on the Midweek Drive programme this Wednesday. He advised me to email him, but I can't find an address on either the Siren or the Podbean sites. Can you please tell me how I contact Alex?" I'm thinking to myself, that's nice. I'll call back myself. I actually said, "Hi, Com, you've reached me. You can also use a Lewczuk at lincoln.ac.uk. You personalise email." Anyway, he then actually presents a question. Now, Rosie, are you ready for this?
Oh, my gosh, yeah. I'm bracing myself.
You know the way I work. Yeah, so this is going to be delivered in his own inimitable way by our MA in Community Radio student and indeed fine musician and music graduate.
Okay.
Ed Wellman. Ed.
Hi, Rosemary, from me, and also hi, Rosemary, from Colin. Here's the question. The Top of the Pops episodes currently being repeated on BBC 4 are bringing Legs & Co.'s routines to a new, younger audience, as well as a lot of enjoyment to older fans of music and dance. Are you keeping up to date with these shows as they go out? What's it like viewing them again, and how do you feel about the work you all did back then, getting fresh exposure today?
Right, over to me. Well, Ed and Colin, what can I say? I watch them occasionally. I sort of tend to forget, as they were sort of 36 years ago, I tend to forget that they're on again. And then
Rosie, they never went away, let's face it.
Well, I know that we're on YouTube and all sorts of things, but I do forget sometimes that we're on there, and occasionally I've tuned in, and I'm usually on my own, and my daughter's usually upstairs doing her homework, and I usually shout up at the bottom of the stairs, "Florence," who is my daughter, Mummy's on the telly, come down." And she sort of reluctantly comes down, watches it, and then goes, "Okay, Mum, can I go back upstairs now, please?" So it's very grounding. Oh. And it is lovely to see us again. I'd forgotten half of the routines that we had done. It's very nice to see them again. What can I say? It's lovely. It's very nice to have those checks coming in as well, I must say.
Oh, please. It's can you put a fee on great art, Rosie?
Well, when you're not expecting something to bounce through the letterbox, it's very, very nice, I must say.
Well, most of my checks bounce, but never mind.
I've seen some of the girls because, and I'm sure Pauline won't mind me saying this, but Pauline turned 60 in the summer. And she had a big party, and we all turned up, and it was just fantastic to see all the girls again. I think the last time I saw them all was about 3 years ago. We all met up for lunch in London. And it's just great to see it all again and reaching a new audience, I suppose.
Recent comments on panspeople.com. Hope it goes well, Rosie. And Rosemary on the radio. The fans still love you, Rosie. We knew they would. I always said, back in 1986 when we did the first ever broadcasting marathon, and you just headed off to Guys and Dolls and various other bits and pieces. I actually left Guys and Dolls. I said, don't worry, Rosie, leave it with me. I'll get you back on the radio for 2012.
I've done one since then, I think.
You've done several, actually, yes.
Who's in the studio with you?
Would you like to have the full introductions?
Wow.
We have Ed Wellman, who's just been speaking to you. Okay.
Hello, Ed.
Hello there.
We have Natasha Turney, who
Hello,
is
Natasha.
from Gloucester.
Hi there.
I'll get the jingles out in the fullness of time so everybody feels as though they're warm and welcomed about this whole thing. We have Katie Grimmerson from Birmingham.
Hello, Katie.
Hello.
We have Nicola Clancy.
Nicola. Hello, Nicola.
Hello.
And we have still looking for our headphones, but always a pleasure. And in fact, actually, we need to really go to the jingle just to ident our very own snickerdoodle. I don't know, actually, Rosie, if you ever encountered the sheer wonders of snickerdoodles in your time as far as press and various other things was actually concerned, or maybe actually it was one of those things that the late Philip Colby would have said, don't bring those snickerdoodles here. Although, being American, she might actually have an understanding as to what the snickerdoodle actually refers to.
Oh my gosh, what is a snickerdoodle?
Many people have actually asked that question for many a time, and in fact we're still waiting for Mr. Computer to actually come up with the business here. But we are, of course, referring to our very own snickerdoodle, that is Hannah O'Brien. Hello, Hannah.
And it's Hannah there.
Hello, Alex. Hello, Rosemary.
Yeah.
Hello, Hannah.
Exactly. And we'd like to kind of reciprocate by actually saying to your daughter, because this will be available as a podcast, so she can download it onto one of those MP3 things as well. Hello, Florence.
Oh.
Can we all say that after three? 1, 2, 3.
Hello, Florence.
Oh, she's not here, but I'll tell her you said that.
And she can listen to it all over again, you see, because that's all part of the service. So if anybody actually listening to sirenonline.co.uk and they're thinking to themselves, I've missed Rosie sort of coming back for another sort of routine. No, it'll be played again in all sorts of fantastic ways. That's the important thing.
Come back to haunt us all.
It will. Well, you say that, but, as we had from Michelle Monroe's choice from her late father, Matt, of course, yes, I remember it well.
Yeah.
That is the crucial thing. Okay, let's just sort of work our way through this, just so you can get a flavour as to who these folk are in various ways. Katie, of course, there's
Katie Grimmerson, Birmingham's gift to the galaxy on the Midweek Drive for Siren FM and more.
Fairly straightforward, I think. We got that sort of identified in every sense of the word. We've obviously got this particular area which also outlines exactly who she is, what she does.
It's the Midweek Drive Morning Edition with Alex Lewczuk and Hannah O'Brien.
Except, of course, it's not Midweek Drive Morning Edition, unless you're in Los Angeles, which, of course, you will be. And hello to Lily Holliman, who's actually stepping in to fill Leonis's key shoes today. I hope you're paying attention here, Rosie, because there will be a test sent through the post.
Okay, well, I'm writing it down. I've got Katie and Hannah so far.
Very good. Yeah, that's
Natasha, Nicola,
exactly.
and yourself, and Ed. Sorry, Ed.
It's very, very important.
I'm still here.
No jelly babies these days, because I've retired the jelly babies until you return to the studio again. But more excitement on that later. There is, of course,
the best Gloucestershire can provide. It's Hannah O'Brien and Natasha Turney on the Midweek Drive for Siren 107.3 FM.
You see, Gloucestershire. Did you ever think that there was a civilization in Gloucestershire? Here we are, we've proven it, Go off my land is just a random sort of choice that's actually gone there in all sorts of ways. We are still hunting for the snickerdoodle. It's going to come out very shortly, but I'm going to ask Nicola if you've got any questions you want to put to Rosemary, formerly of Legs & Co., Guys and Dolls, and, of course, the Tinkerbell wonderful agency, which was so wonderful. I know. I came across some of the CDs we did for you. I just thought, wow,
Did you get some CDs, Alex? Have you got them?
Well, they were on tape, of course, when we
Okay,
connected.
cool. Yeah.
But I thought we'd hold that back a wee while, because lots of other exciting things actually happened from that perspective. So, Nicola, questions from yourself?
Yeah, I guess.
Don't ask about Jimmy Savile. No, please. Different. Carry on.
Have you got any sort of dancing thing coming up soon? Any shows or?
Oh, my goodness, no. Absolutely not. No. I mean, literally, when Top of the Pops finished in 1981, then Legs and Co. finished. So we have not danced. Well, actually, I'm fibbing, actually, because...
Yeah, the Top of the Pops did actually continue for another 20 years, Rosie. I mean, I appreciate for many people at the end of Legs and Co. Top of the Pops, that was it. But, they did continue for a wee while afterwards.
Well, yes, no, it's true.
For us, of course, it didn't. You're quite right. I mean, when Sue Menhennick did that final solo dance to John and Vangelis, I'll Find My Way Home, that was it, basically. My life came to an end. I thought there's nothing more.
I know. And, yes, I left when Top of the Pops finished. I think the girls carried on for maybe a year. But not on television. They were doing, cabaret and things like that. But really, officially, we stopped in 1981, and the only other time they ever got us together was in the year 2000 when Anton Deck. Do you remember Anton Deck did a program on Saturday nights called Takeaway?
Couple
Do you
of
remember
Geordies.
that?
Yes, I know.
And they got us to dance to a routine, so we'd got together, so that was 12 years ago. But no, we wouldn't be doing any dancing now.
Well, I don't know. I mean, there's always a way. Oh, yes, you could, Rosie. Rosie, I think you need another one of my motivating talks to actually get this sorted through. I've said this before, time will work it through. In case you're wondering what's happening to the snickerdoodle.
Hi, this is filmmaker Phil Lernis.
And this is actress Lily Holloman.
If we've learned anything from all of our travels and adventures,
It's that Hannah O'Brien is a snickerdoodle.
she's also
The Rookie of the Year.
on Siren FM's Midweek Drive.
I can tell you're duly impressed, Rosemary.
Well, so Hannah, are you a resident on this radio show? Snickerdoodle.
Well, that's a bit of a moot point, in fact, but I'll let her take that question. Is she a resident? We like to think so, but we just thought it was something I actually said in terms of that. She's getting her headphones on now, so she'll be able to respond in kind, really.
Well, so is Natasha and Hannah part of your posse?
Please.
I say posse, but
Yeah, how quaintly sort of archetypally wonderful. Yes, and Ed being the token male in the official Babette lineup. I prefer to think of them as more drivettes, Rosie. But listen,
It's got a ring to it, Alex.
You think
the Drivette, Alex and the Drivettes.
I think there's got to be a market for that routine, as you know from our time spent in Dulwich. But
oh yes, what was that? The marathon.
we've had several, and you were there for the first two.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
I remember it. I remember it well.
Exactly. Yeah. So yes, sorry, Hannah, we've cut across there, so you can now actually clearly have your opportunity to speak to Rosie and deal with that question, such as, are you a resident in probably some kind of home, maybe a rest home?
A resident in Lincoln or in the studio?
Hannah, I didn't mean that at all. I meant, part of the regular radio link.
Oh.
I'm supposed to be, but I've been very bad over the past few weeks, and I've not.
Confession is good for the
here.
soul, Hannah.
But yeah.
She's been very busy. Actually, to be fair, last time I actually encountered Hannah O'Brien, I was actually, out of kindness, you understand, I took one of her flyers as she was... I did! You sort of just, I recognise this young lady. She was, obviously, I'm not target audience for the kind of, shameless promotion. This is for which particular nightclub, Hannah?
Lola Low in Lincoln.
Yeah, Lola Low. Now, I think, Rosie, it's fair to say that, even when we knew each other in the 80s, I was not really a Lola Low person, really. Might have been. But, yeah, so I thought I'd take one out of her and never saw her again. I thought, she didn't turn up to the seminar that week. I thought, was there something I actually said? Where are we going, etc.? So I was just thinking, were you okay with respect? Because she has to, as students have to do, Rosie, she has to hold down several jobs at the same time as multitasking.
Oh. Well done you, Hannah.
That's what we say.
Well, I'm trying to hold down the jobs, but I'm getting ill in the process, so it's not being very successful.
And that's not good at all, because the other key aspect, of course, is with Natasha Turney, who, despite doing stuff with the BBC, has kind of migrated to the Midweek Drive, supposed to Midweek Drive Morning Edition, but she's going to be here for the next marathon. I hadn't realised that Natasha is also one of the Lincoln cheerleaders. Are you not?
I am.
Yes, you are. Yeah. So, surely...
What does Natasha lead?
Yes.
She's the leader in what?
A cheerleader.
Oh, a cheerleader!
Well, lovely. You see, that's the kind of Rosie Hetherington, Rosie Langhorn material I've missed so much. So, yes, what do you lead, Natasha?
What do you... I thought you said said leader.
She is the leader of the gang, she is, but I won't go any further for obvious reasons. Carry on.
I didn't hear the cheer.
Look, I'm sorry, we haven't got the effects ready at the time. We'll work on this. Carry on. Anyway, cheerleading, Natasha.
Yeah, we do competition cheerleading with the Lincoln Uni squad. So we go to competitions across the country and perform a 2.5-minute routine, and then we get judged on it, really.
How fantastic is that? So do you have sort of... I haven't seen cheerleaders for years. Do you have pom-poms and...
No pom-poms, unfortunately. It's like a combination of gymnastics, dance and stunting, where we like throw people up in the air.
Great. And have you won anything, or...
In our last competition we came 4th, so we're getting there.
Yes. Excellent. Oh, well done.
They will win in every sense of the word, because at the end of the day, it's Natasha, winner, Turley. That's the key thing that we look for from that point of view. So, Ed, in terms of the whole sort of system, whilst I'm sort of just queuing up another sort of fabulous connection here, were you of the age, chronologically speaking here, because, let's face it, you're a mature student, every sense of the word.
I mean, I can say 39.
39?
Sort of breaking out into a cold sweat.
You can say 39, yeah. So, did you appreciate Legs and Co?
Yeah, I think it sounds as if it must have been jolly hard work as much as a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done, Ed. It was hard work, actually, because, of course, the chart, we'd only be able to perform a dance routine if the song that we were dancing to was going up in the charts. And the charts used to come in on a Monday morning, and if the routine that we had been learning had gone down in the charts, we had to learn a new routine. So that meant that we only had Monday and Tuesday to learn the routine and then record it live on the Wednesday. So it was all everything was very
Rosie,
fast turnaround.
That's why you shared a desk at Italia Conti with Tracy Ullman. But apart from that, let's actually give a little name check to this young lady.
Tuck's on the topic. More than just a slogan or a soundbite. Natalie Tuck's back on Midweek Drive duty. Hurrah!
And actually she is, because we just actually had a text from Natalie, the aforementioned Tuck's on the topic. And would you like to hear what she actually said, Rosie?
Yes.
Because she's a keen dancer. She very nearly actually, we set up a link with with Natalie, I should say, and one of the Strictly crew. Natalie's message: I'm listening and enjoying this interview with Rosie. Can't believe she doesn't dance anymore! Exclamation mark!
Oh my goodness!
The world can't believe you don't dance anymore! Exclamation mark!
I teach it now,
Yeah.
so things
Right.
move on.
Okay. You've just thrown that in there. Now, Hannah O'Brien is also scheduled to do some equine gymnastics. No, I haven't forgotten, Hannah. It will be happening.
Oh, dear.
It's gymnastics on the back of a horse, Rosie.
Yeah.
Ratcheting those things up there. Nicola's also quite keen. She's already started the horse riding sessions once again. And I'm sure Katie and Tasha will also be looking at equine gymnastics. But what about, and this is the exciting moment, when I actually look ahead to 2013 and I see, Wednesday the 20th of February.
Oh, no.
2013. You know where I'm going with this one, Rosie.
I think I do.
Rosie comes to Lincoln and the Midweek Drivettes get a Legs and Co dance routine choreographed for them.
Oh, wow.
We are up for that. Yeah, I mean, they could do the poses, the whole.
My sense of rhythm is not very good, but
There's always one, Hannah. Don't worry, it's okay. We won't mention.
I'll be
her.
the one throwing my arm the wrong way, kicking someone else.
Well, that's what we used to do as well, and it used to go out and be recorded, so nothing will be different there.
We could always bring Ed in a kind of nod to Ruby Flipper days, but that was obviously before your time. It's a different line there. It's a different thing. Still, life continues. There's so much more we could actually go on to talk about, but we still have to squeeze in Lilio Hollyman from Los Angeles to get her views on life, etc. We've got Derek Hamley to talk to, etc. Rosie, I can't believe I'm going to throw those last 2 questions at you. Oh, hello. There's something else that's sort of come through here. The magical routine. Did you hear that? Did you hear the message? It's amazing, really. I mean, sometimes you sort of
what's going on there, isn't
what's
it?
going on? Well, we like to feel that there's a kind of positive buzz about
very
life.
positive. It sounds very positive from where I am.
It's a standard scenario from that point of view. Yes, Natalie Tuck. I'm gate crashing that show in February.
Oh.
She knows how to dance, does
Bring a
Natalie?
cake with you, Natalie.
The Cake Off Christmas Challenge is, of course, on for December the 20th and the 21st. Rosie, have you had a reasonably interesting telephonic link with us here on Midweek Drive?
It's been fantastic. I'm sort of intrigued as to know how you can fit all those people into your studio. Must be a very large studio.
Rosie, you've worked with me in some of the studios that we've worked in
Well,
before.
I've worked in some broom cupboards before. I mean, you know, I wouldn't call it a studio.
Yeah, when
You've gone up in the world.
I like to feel like I'm to Lincoln. You know, that's what it's all about, really. Sort of heading to Lincoln, etc. It's okay, I think, but I think it's time that you. What do you think, Natasha? What should the next question be for Rosie?
Can we look forward to connecting with you again in the very near future?
Absolutely, Natasha. It's been a joy. It's been really nice to catch up.
A big shout out, of course, to Colm O'Rourke for that earlier message. Hopefully Colm feels, he's had his question answered and sorted to do on that basis. Splendid. Well, I think that's sort of... Actually, Rosie, do you think we've still got the magic here? Because I'm going through one of those male midlife crises again, and obviously this is why I need to turn to your good self and say, Rosie, is it still there, or have I lost it completely?
Oh, no. You're sounding really great. Well done. Yes.
You're not just saying that, are you?
This could be the agony aunt. You could have Rosie's agony aunt
I think
section,
so.
couldn't we?
I think that's the definite line we should be working through on that basis. Would you like Brandon Flowers, Andrew Gold, or ELO? That's a question for yourself.
I'm going to go. Is it for me? I think Andrew Gold.
Really?
Yeah.
You did actually dance to this.
I know. Okay. So which one is it? Which one?
Dun 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 dun
Oh,
dun. Yeah,
with
yeah,
Floyd.
yeah. With Floyd. Exactly. He was the lonely boy. Rosie Langhorn. Happy trails. We'll speak again very soon.
Okay. Take care. Bye, everyone.